Okay, here we go. Construction number 5. This is the perpendicular from a point not on a line. And so the situation that you're given is a line L with point P not on L. So here we go. Move down from these words and draw a line. Arrows on both ends. And this is line L. So there's our line L, but we have something else. This is with point P not on L. If you remember, construction 3, we had a point on this line. Well, now we get a point not on the line. Well, you could put it above or below. You know, it's just not on L. But because I want, we're doing this together, let's just come kind of up here in the middle and up in the sky up there, put a point P. Okay? So above the line, we have a point P, and we have now line L. Well, we want the perpendicular through P perpendicular to line L. So we could do this 2 ways. I know perpendicular means I'm going to need get to be a right angle, okay? So there's a lot of lines that are perpendicular to L. Notice I'm kind of indicating, let me straighten that up a little bit, indicating lines with my compass here visually that would be perpendicular. But I'm looking for the one that goes where? Through P. Now, another way to look at it is I'm looking for a line through P, and there's a lot of lines through P. Do you see all these lines are going through P? But I'm looking for the one that is perpendicular to L. So there's 2 different ways to think about this, but here we see it visually what I'm after. Everybody good with that? Now, it's going through P, and it's going to end up being perpendicular to line L. How many points of that line do we have at this point? Now we have one of them. How many more do I need? To make a line, it takes 2 points, and I have one of them, so I'm only going to need one crisscross, okay? One of the X's in our construction. All right, so how many points of interest do we have? I mean, L's not a point. We only have 1 point of interest, so that's the only place I can put my compass. Okay, that is the only place you can put the compass. And we've started with favorite arc before. You don't necessarily start with favorite arc. Now, it's possible it could work. Let me straighten things back up there. Sorry. It's possible the favorite arc could work, but here's what you need when you do this arc. You need a distance below the line. If P is above it, you need a distance below. So the way I'm looking at it now, and I've got it set to my favorite arc, that will work for mine. But if I want to make it just a smidgen bigger, everybody knows what a smidgen is, right? I'm going to make it a little bit larger. So I have a distance below the line. I put the center at P. I'm holding that tightly, and I have a distance below the line. Now I'm going to swing it over here above the line. Starting above the line, I'm going to swing an arc. I meant to change different color pen, but anyway, I didn't. Swing it so that it swings from left to right. I call that a smile. Everybody see why we call it a smile? And do you see that it intersected line L 2 times? Once kind of on the left, once on the right. I'm going to call these X and Y. Okay? So let's review. We have point P off the line. We put the compass at P, and I need a distance below the line. On your compass, just a distance below the line, and you're going to swing the arc from left to right like a pendulum, okay? And we make a smile arc. Now my 2 new points of interest are X and Y. And now on my compass, I need a distance more than halfway from X to Y. Well, there's X, and that's definitely more than halfway. I can even use my favorite arc. It's more than halfway. Now, it might not be for you, but you need a distance more than halfway. And we're going to then put the center at X. And instead of going above it, up there where P is, I'm going to go on the opposite side. I'm going on the underneath. I'm going to draw an arc out there in the middle, And then I use the same distance. Please don't change that compass. From Y, I'm going to swing and crisscross, and there's X marks the spot. Here's their point of intersection. There's the other point of my line. We're done. Draw the line that's perpendicular through P, perpendicular to line L. Okay? Those look like nice right angles? Wow, they sure do. All right. This one we call the smile, because the very first step, you measure from P to the line, further underneath the line, and you do a smile arc. Okay? Perpendicular from a point not on a line.